What's up, YouTube? Bobbles and Ball Cards is back. We have Step Back again, chugging one. We got Josh down there, it looks like in his man cave.
Springs.
Oh, well. Anyway, we're doing our Sunday Funday, but I think I might change the name up. I talked to the guys. I think Subscriber Takeover would be better. We got one other person that should be joining in. I'm going to give him a chance, and then another one that might be joining. So we're going to have some fun tonight, guys, or we're going to try to have some fun tonight. I won't go into that. But anyway, I hope everybody had a good day today. One of you guys has your speakers up really loud. I'm guessing it's Josh, since Step Back has headphones on.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little better. It's just got an echo.
And try. I might have some headphones on.
What's up, Card? T. Shaw, RB, Jason, Amari. Again, I hope everybody had a good day. I went down to a local card shop that's near me. I met Brian Powers, who watches the channel. He dropped off some sick stuff to go in the group sub. A lot of cards too. Y'all are wondering how we're getting to this number. He dropped 113 off, so he was in my area, so I went and met him. So I know you guys had some topics. Darren has some topics. I'm sure LJ's got a lot of knowledge in the hobby. So if they can get on, we'll add them to it. But I told you guys, I'm gonna kind of let y'all have the stage tonight. I'll chime in if you got any questions or opinions or whatever, but
You're up, Josh.
All right. So we were chatting earlier, and there was a few topics I definitely wanted to cover. One of them being the big buzzword that we all hear constantly, which is invest, invest, invest. And one of the things that I think we all everyone likes to make good on deals and come out ahead. But one of the things that never gets talked about is investing in the community. So if you're part of this hobby we all take part of, for more than just trying to squeeze every penny you can out of it, there are avenues that are more important than just making a buck. So that's one of the things that sort of drew me to the Facebook group, was that it was a group of people that cared more than just making every single dollar they could. Connor being in the group, a young man that's sort of the future of the hobby that folks like us are going to need to have around in the future. Or
yeah.
On the path on. So,
which, not to interrupt, but I don't know if you've seen last night's video or not. Thank you, man. I talked about it. I gave you a shout out. I knew you were busy. We did not tell Connor what is going to be heading his way, but we did make him aware that he will be expecting a package. So again, while you're here, I knew you were busy last night. Thank you, man.
Absolutely. And that's sort of what I'm talking about. Even within the group, we've all made connections. I think Mark Rosales reaching out to you, and maybe a few other guys chimed in about broadening his horizons into hockey.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's very unlikely that I'll be doing hockey deals anytime soon. It's not my cup of tea, but that's sort of what I think about from the community aspect of it. You have people to lean on. Jamaj, like you. So I posted that Kevin Porter.
Yeah, I chimed him in on that. I couldn't remember if he was in the group.
So one of the things I really like is like Mile High has been on a little heater. He's posting cards. we'll see Mestizo post cards. I like to post my show finds, like cards I picked up at a show. And it's not just, that's part of this hobby, is to share with people who like what you like. The other thing it does for people is it shows sort of what pond you're fishing in. So you can make connections with people that are doing the same thing you're doing. So Jamaj and I, we've bantered back and forth and sort of formed a little connection. He messaged me about one of the cards in there. And I think that's part that we all miss, is that everyone gets so focused on the money aspect of it. He told me the card he wanted, said he'd been looking for it for a while. I emailed John in a similar scenario. So I'm like, listen, give me what I got into it. I didn't buy it to keep. I bought it because it's something other people are looking for. Throw shipping on it and it's yours.
Right.
We've lost, a lot of people have lost the aspect of the fact that collecting cards without community and without people to share it with is pretty ridiculous.
Well, I'll ask this on both of y'all, and again, I'm staying on y'all's topic. I just want to chime this in here and kind of pick your brains on this, exactly what you said, and as an example of it. Okay, we need these communities because, like, right now, I know we've been talking a lot about the Facebook group, and it's been an awesome group. I mean, we had a couple, we had a little crazy day. What was it, Friday? But how many of you guys have friends that you can go over and visit or hang out with that are into cards that were around, like, back when you started collecting, that still collect today? Because I found myself, like, I had a bunch of friends that, like, I told y'all the story before, like, when I was in elementary and middle school, I wore the big coats with the pockets in it, stuffed them full of cards. We'd trade, take our lunch money and buy cards and all that. And we don't have that today. So these communities, just like YouTube, we talk quite often. I talk to Guns all the time. I met Nemanja at a card show. That's how I knew he wanted Kevin Porter Jr. and why I kicked him to you, because I knew he would want that card. Step back. He's been posting about, well, he told me he wants to get kind of into Jordan's side a little bit. He loves Garnett. He likes Ray Allen and Allen Iverson. Now, I like those guys too, so I joked around with him.
Stop giving away my guys, man.
Well, I'm just, it's a community thing, but we don't have, I can't go to my buddy's house when I was a teenager and be like, oh man, you hit that, like, okay, just a modern player, Brandon Clark. Oh, you hit that Clark, I'll give you, this Matisse Thybulle or, whoever he collects. We don't have that anymore. So this is our source now to make these friendships, not just somebody on the internet. And you're pointing at you pointed out perfectly. When we were kids, it wasn't about trying to get the top Beckett value. It was trying to add to your collection, whether it was trading or picking a card up your friend, got.
Absolutely. And when you can, so now Jamaj, again, being the example, so now he knows what I'm looking for. I know what he's looking for. If he finds a bargain on something, I'm going to get it. I found a bargain on something he happened to want. He's going to get it. Like, you don't have to pinch everybody or make all the money in the world. And we've seen some good stuff. John's been posting a lot. Nico, I don't remember his last name, but he threw up a post wanting some Prison Optic and Mosaic, and Saul came in swinging, and it doesn't get any easier than that. This is what I want. Someone chimed in, hey, I got it. And now those two guys have a connection. They're working together. By the time the deal's done, someone knows that they got their money, and the other guy's going to know that they're going to get their cards. No eBay, no nothing else. They're going to be doing deals with each other that we might never see because they built a bond in a relationship to do those things.
And you can trade with someone that you trust. Like, if John had a card I wanted and you had a card I wanted, we all three could work a trade. the logistics are a little more difficult when it's a three-person trade. But we've done it before. We did it when we were kids.
It's
And
doable.
the other thing, like, you can go to a show in your area. John can go to a show in his area. I might be able to hit a show up in mine. And if I know you're looking for, I'll throw Manning out because I know you like Manning, and he likes Iverson. And say there's an Iverson I don't have, but there's two of them. I could grab one, or I could hit him up and say, hey, do you have one of these? Do you want me to snag it for you? So without that, we don't have that way to make those connections.
100%.
One sec, guys. I'm gonna add Darren to the group here.
Perfect.
There we go. Can you hear us, Darren?
Oh yeah, perfect.
All right.
What's up, Darren?
There's Taylamade.
What's up, man? Yep.
Not much, man. Living the dream.
I wear a hat for you.
Hey, y'all seen why I wear one?
So there was a couple other guys. I think Jerry Baraman in the group posted earlier this week about bringing some cards to an event he throws for kids. That it's really important to help build things, especially when we're in constant contact or constant conversation about the cost of product and availability of product. And, you know, if you're a 10 to 15-year-old young collector, you're not just going to roll into a hobby shop and buy up a bunch of packs on your allowance money.
Wants me to say hi to everyone.
Oh, will you come in here?
Okay.
Hey, guys, my little one wants to come in and say hi.
Hi.
She's
Hi.
four.
I can't hear anyone though.
Oh yeah, she can't hear y'all. I got the earbud in.
all right.
She's 14 and actually trying to work into her own little venture because she likes clothes and music. So she's trying to take the young age group of people and go that route. So this is the one I shouted out. She plays bass and all that. So
Nice. She's in the Doc Martens, so she's already ahead, man.
oh, she as y'all seen her hair, like we said, we let her have her own style, man. As long as she ain't getting in trouble, we don't care. You know.
Give that girl a Pearl Jam CD, and she's on her way, man.
Yeah, we try to teach our kids be you. You know, don't worry about what others doing. Don't follow a trend. Be you. So anyway, sorry about that. She just
good.
wanted to come on.
But yeah, so like even like my buddy Steve joining the group, Steve Personic, and I'm like, you know, this is a guy you want to deal with. Well, him being my friend doesn't have anything to do with him being a guy you want to deal with. I think he posted a couple boxes of tops too that he put out there at between $25 and $60 below the recent comps. I mentioned his dollar box. That guy came out of it.
His dollar box?
His dollar box being legendary. That guy came out of it. That guy came out of it. These guys came out of it. He's a guy who does well in the hobby, and so he's of the mindset if he's done okay on a deal, he'll just blow the rest of it out. So that's my point about building connection and treating people right and fostering the community you're in. Everybody can win without having to spend a mint because you'll find the deals for cards other people want.
Yeah, Brian actually showed me a card today that I don't know if he was at a show or how he got them, but he had a stack of LeBrons, and one of them was one that I'll throw it out there that I've been looking for. I like the City Heights rookie, that redemption one. I'm sure y'all have seen it, 3D. He got it out of a dollar box, and he told the guy, he's like, "Are you sure this is $1?" And he didn't know what was going on, but the dude sold it to him for $1. I was so jealous because I've been watching that card, trying to get a good deal on eBay. I want that card.
Yeah, so the
I
pile
missed
of
that at a
stuff.
flea market.
You got it from a flea market?
I missed it for 20. I went back. He was like, "Oh, that LeBron card is gone." I was like, "Oh man, I thought about it. Now it's up there. 20
Yeah.
bucks. That was.
Yeah, he told me he got it for $1, and I couldn't believe it. But he showed me some other stuff he had, so I don't know where he's fishing at, but I want to catch some of those fish.
Seriously.
Well, it's like the guy told me at the show yesterday. He said, I'm like a grocery store. The price on the card's the price of the card. When I tried to tell him the Kobe medal was worth more than $5. I got a lot of stuff very cheap because he was willing to sell it at that price and didn't care to get more money for it.
That's crazy, man. Like,
yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's actually close by.
I'm all about giving you guys good deals when I do the auctions or throw a card up like I did with Mr. Jordan and said, hey, 115 on this, even though I know I've sold it. I sold 2 today for 150, just in case anybody is wondering. I sent the screenshot to Step Back. He can vouch.
Yep.
I sold 2 of the LeBron Prisms today for 150. But when I did that, I wasn't, below after my eBay fees and everything. I lost a few bucks on it, but I gave, a good deal. I don't.
Perspectives always has to come into play, and you didn't make as much as you could have. It's still a card you smoked somebody a great deal on, but you still definitely came out ahead on the whole process.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you might not have made all the money that you possibly could have.
Who would have thought?
Build a relationship.
Who would have ever thought that a base card of a guy, what is he in his 17th, 16th year in the league, would be $100 plus dollars? Those are normally cards we toss in a box and never look at again. We only want the rookies, and so hey, I'll take it all day. Darren, so I know you had a topic you wanted to discuss because my wife posted something on Facebook regarding the whole retail issue in the hobby, and she used the term sneakerhead because that term gets thrown out. But you brought up a great point. It's just like investor, flipper, collector, sneakerheads.
Right.
There's multiple aspects to that game. You have the guys that are going to the store and buying them up to flip them like cards. But you said yourself, you kind of like collect them or wear them. I know my wife loves watching. My wife loves watching Franchise Kicks. I don't know if y'all have ever watched his YouTube channel.
No.
Yeah, he does more of the Amazon warehouse stuff.
Yeah, but he's got the boxes in the background where he got tons of shoes. So I know people collect them.
Exactly.
So chime in on that and just let everybody know when they're throwing out that term sneakerhead, there's guys like you that actually enjoy the shoes, but also buy the cards to collect the cards as well. You're not just out there buying the wax up to flip it to make a quick dollar. You actually struggle because you're in 2 different games trying to get the sneakers as well as the cards.
Right, yeah. I try to get the sneakers. You can't get the sneakers much. Those same guys out there, they're buying all the shoes. They got the bots out there. That's how they started with the bots. They used to go on Nike with the bots. I don't know how they do it, but they can get around, or they have the computer pick which photo has the car, the green light, the traffic lights in it. And they get all the shoes, and then they got an inside on the stores, which I don't know how, because they got apps to get the shoes now. And it's just the same thing as the cards. Those same guys are just in the cards now that they are here. So the guys they call sneakerheads, which I'm sneakerhead, but all of them aren't like that, because those same guys that are messing the card game up are messing the actual sneaker game up too. So
right. So that's a perfect point, and I was glad you said that in the comments, because that's the term that's used for the guys that are going out here and buying the product and flipping it, because they were able to do that starting on the sneaker side. Like you said, they got the bots and everything. Now they've realized, well, there's only so many shoes that come out, right? They're not a weekly or monthly or whatever, and then you don't have multiple sports. So they've realized, oh, well, we can go do this over here in this game and do what we did on the sneakers, and we're making double the income, and it's affecting the true sneakerhead is the one that love the shoes and collect the shoes, because people don't realize, you know, most people think of a sneaker as just something you go to the store, buy, throw it on, wear it till it wears out, and then you go get a new pair. But there's people that actually collect them, it gets down to, I believe you said something about wearing the right shoe with the outfit. You want to wear, you know,
Sure.
and then
Whatever.
right, but it makes it
And they
hard
don't
for
even know
you.
what to wear.
Right, I've seen people buying them that were wearing like old dirty New Balance, so they were definitely in it to go to Walmart to buy the mega box and flip it as well. So,
All right, that optic.
yeah,
Re-released.
yeah. That was another topic that I know you wanted to talk about, and I'll let you guys chime in on that with Step Back and Josh, because it's a curious thing, and I wish Panini would talk about it. And that is, why is Optic showing back up?
And this is where too, if I got 2 solo packs right in front. This one I got a while ago. If you can look on the back, you probably can't see through it, but you used to be able to see the person's name behind. But you see that barcode
Yeah,
on the new ones now. Look at that. That's a whole different barcode. It still has 420 on it, but even the packaging is different. If you can see it.
now that's
The flip part
Mosaic,
goes down a
isn't
little
it?
Farther, if I can even it out, it's totally different.
Yeah, that's Mosaic.
Yeah, I think these are different too.
Darren brought up Mosaic.
Yeah, I mean the optic came out, but I'm saying I think they may have ran 2 runs of these.
Actually, no, I bet I know why.
Tell
I bet I know why.
and they
Target
flipped it over too.
Target cellos are a different price than Walmart cellos. I bet those are a Walmart SKU and a Target SKU.
Well,
I don't know if you guys knew that, but Target cello packs are.
Well,
I'm trying to read.
there might be 3. Then one of those came from a gas station.
Oh, I ain't never seen Mosaic at a gas station. Damn, where you at that you got Mosaic at gas stations?
I'm in St. Louis, well, Easter. I'm in Illinois side, but we get everything. We're in the same district, so we would get everything more so than Chicago. We're closer south, so our distributors are out of, St. Louis. So whatever St. Louis stores we would get.
Yeah, I do.
So,
One thing with the two, it could be a situation, and I don't know if everybody knows that. Yeah, like JP just put up on there. Here, I'll do, if I know how to do this thing. Show. There we go.
oh yeah, I can't.
Targets are $10, Walmart's are $11. Oh, and I guess he knows where Casey's has them too. So maybe that's why. I never would have imagined basketball cards have hit gas stations now.
Yeah.
Not here. Not here. There's nothing here.
Wow. Yeah, there's nothing here either. I get teeny mates. You guys interested in some teeny mates? There's some rare ones. We could do a teeny mate break. We could start, start a new trend, guys. The Target teeny mate
Yeah.
101s or
I would like to do it, but it turns out I'm busy that day.
Yeah.
you got another wedding to go to, right?
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna watch the clouds that day.
Yeah.
So,
The other ones, they could be from Target. Who knows? Because that gas station gets stocked by an Excel vendor, so
Well, who does Target? Yeah.
maybe that's why that cute. Yeah. So and they have like field goal boxes and all those ones with the two hits.
Oh, they have the Fairfields and stuff. So for anybody, it sounds like in the Midwest or at least in the Illinois area, check out your Casey's gas stations. Maybe that's somewhere that the people haven't taken them yet, because I would have never. I mean, I normally don't go in a gas station that much anyway, and I hit a gas station a lot because my car drinks it. But Yeah, I never would have thought to look in a gas station for cards.
Oh yeah.
I like the
You got
Casey
a
stuff
chain
too.
called Quick Trip too. They used to have tons of cards.
Casey's has decent pizza, so if you don't find cards, you won't feel like you lost all the way for going in there.
Step back. You said you're on the
Yeah.
East Coast. I don't think we have many Casey's General Stores.
I don't even know what that is, man.
Yeah.
We got 7-Eleven.
Oh,
Yep. That's what we got.
That's
7-Eleven used to have cards back in the day too.
and Cumbies. We got Cumbies, Cumberland Farms. So that's
We
it.
just have Wawa, Sheets, and 7-Eleven. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? What he's talking about? Not necessarily on the Mosaic side, because I think the different SKU thing. I think that's literal the Target SKU, Walmart SKU kind of deal.
Yeah.
What do you think about the optic coming back? Because Josh, I know you were able to find some. Step back, I know you would love to find some. I don't know if Darren has found any yet, but it was really odd to me.
I'm not honestly, man. Like I don't care about the boxes and the packs. Like that's not for me. Like I was telling you the last time I was on, 10 years ago, I probably quit my job and just drive around all day and try to find cards. But now like I said, I learned my lesson from that. Thousands and thousands of dollars spent to get a hit every once in a while. It's not worth it. So like I said, I just kind of, when I came back into it this time, I'll just buy singles. It's cheaper and I get what I want. And then I don't have to have like 5,000 card boxes of commons lying around the house. So
the Zions you sent in, did you buy those raw and then grade them?
I bought those raw off eBay.
Okay. All right, because I knew you had just got back
Yep.
some Mosaic, so I thought you were into it.
As soon as that product came out and the first couple went up, my buddy and I bought a couple. And what we paid like 3 hours later, they were already more expensive. So it worked out. Now I just got to sell them. So
Why, Josh, I know, got lucky on the restock. So what do you think about it? Do you think it is an excessive or a reproduction, re-release on them, or do you think they just didn't get all of the? I don't know if any of them have been in Target, but I know Walmart has been getting more megas.
So Walmart and Meijer around me have been. I don't know about Target either. So there's a couple things with that. So if you go back and look at the original Target, I think Target had the purple exclusives.
Yeah, the purple shock.
And everything you're seeing now is the pink hyper.
Mm-hmm.
So whether or not that's a rerun or they just didn't get it done before shutdown or they weren't able to distribute, there's a variation there, but there sure seems to be a lot of it.
Oh, so Boogie just posted. He said the MJ Holding, who is the Target or the Walmart distributors, he said their product sheet, which I do know they get a sheet that shows them what they're to stock and everything. It said reprint.
We talked about that a few weeks ago when I found all those boxes. It was like, how is it just showing up now when the original release was in March? And it wasn't like there was a huge
February.
February, okay. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a huge shortage of it in February when it got released. And now it's coming out by the pound, it would seem like. So I think we both agreed it's got a high probability of at least being possible.
And the fact that they put blasters on their site but marked them up at $50. That was weird to me. Panini never does, like, when obviously they do their Dutch auctions and everything, but when I seen a blaster on Panini's website at $50, there was something very, very weird with that.
times are tough, man. They got to eat.
So that's one of the things that, so I kind of just got back into basketball at all and buy a lot of singles. But I've not been a box break or anything like that. But when you can find some of this year's stuff, like let's say you find a mega of Optic at $37.99 or a mega of Mosaic at about $50 in the wild, with this rookie class and the interest in basketball, it's hard to lose.
Oh yeah.
It's really hard to come up short. But now, when you start looking at the secondary market, where optic mega is $90 to $125, that whole scenario turned. Now it's hard to win. So I'm not normally a wax guy, but if I can find it in the wild with this year's basketball, I'll rip it all.
Have you ripped a lot of this year's like Prism? Well, you got 2 solos of Mosaic sitting right there, Darren. No, I was asking Darren. He's got Mosaic sitting right there. So how much of it have you gotten? Because I'm gonna be honest, we got a ton of Prism, we got a ton of Optic. After Optic, we have not found anything. I can't even find Hoops, Donruss. I can't find nothing.
Oh, yeah. Let me see how much I can see if I can find. I'm gonna step off for a second. See how much I got left.
See how much he has left.
While he's doing that, I want to go back to what Josh was saying before about like the community and whatnot. You know, for me, Bobbles, I remember I think I stumbled upon one of your first like SGC submissions that you did like a few months ago.
March.
I was like, who the hell is this guy? And I don't know. I just started watching you after that, and then for me, and I mentioned this the last time I was on too. You know, when you're trying to get back up to speed real quick on certain things, and you try to ask a question in a group or whatnot, because to me that's the whole point of a group. You know, all right, great. You want to buy things and sell things. Yep, that's definitely a major point of these groups. But there should be a community aspect of, you know, hey, what is, you know, X? What is this card? And like I was saying to you, in most of the groups I've been in, you get like 37,000 experts of like just hammering you. That card's shit, or this card sucks, or you know, blah blah blah, or whatever. And I'm like, all right, like, you know, whatever. You know, so for me, like when I started watching your videos, and then we started kind of chit chatting back and forth, like it clicked with me that all right, this guy seems like kind of my speed. And then, you know, it's just kind of how it happened here. Like JJ's the same way. My buddy Greg, who's in the group, he lives like 20 minutes down the road from me. He's very much like me. Card Currency, actually, believe it or not, lives like probably 5-6 minutes from me. We never even did that. You know, and we've been talking because he's got a pretty cool thing going. He wants to actually open up a physical card shop right around here where we live. Because when I say there's nothing, there's nothing. And I really think, like, to go back to what JJ was saying about that, you know, the card shop was a place you could go and hang out for an hour or two and you know, shoot the breeze and whatnot. And, you know, for me, I was saying this to you a couple weeks ago, you know, I have 4 kids. I got a lot going on in my career and whatnot. And when I do this stuff at night or whatever, it's like stress relief for me.
That's the whole reason I get on here and do this.
Yep. So it's like, you know, if I want to get on and have an opinion about something, like it's fine that people disagree, but when you're disagreeing and like it's basically becoming like hostile, it's like we're collecting cards here, man. I'm almost 40 years old. Like, slow your roll. You know, so like what appeals to me the most about this is it's great that I can get my hands on some cards and get some good deals. JJ, wink, wink. But like, I also like the BS factor of it. Like that's
we can joke around and nobody gets, you know,
yep.
tore up.
And so like that to me, if we can keep, you know, building that type of place, it's going to attract people as the word gets out. Because, you know, listen, we're not young bucks anymore. So like our day of doing all that crap is behind us. It's like, man, I just want to get on here and relax for a little bit and not think about anything other than like, you know, I wonder what a Ray Allen rookie card's selling for today. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at with it. And like, I couldn't agree with you guys more. So like, to me, like I'm like with JJ, I'm really trying to pump that Facebook group to get quality people in there so that that expands for everybody, because you know how it works. It's like that game telephone, you know, telegraph, telephone, tell a friend, and the next thing you know, there's 500 solid people in there, and you know, do you really need 30,000 people in a group? No, you don't.
No. And I'm gonna be honest. What I was referring to Friday, there was a guy that made a post, and he was selling a lot of cards, and his price was fair on it. I don't want to get into details of what his backstory was when he posted it or whatever. Somebody ended up buying it. I messaged that person that bought it and told him to keep me in the loop. The reason that we removed the person from the group was because someone sent an offer on their lot, because they did not have a price up at first. They did not say and then when they did put the price, they said, you know, I'd like to get as close to. And he got offended by the offer or whatever. He was only in the group just a few hours. It was less than 24 hours. I can't remember exactly. And then started messaging my wife, claiming that we deleted his post he tagged us in, and this and that. I'll be honest with you, I was driving home from work and my wife was taking my daughter's friend back home. Neither one of us was even on in the group, and nobody deleted the post. The other guy, I guess, had deleted a comment or something, which then untagged us. I don't know exactly what happened. But right from the get-go, he was a new member. The backstory and all of that was kind of odd. And then to say, is this what I can expect from your group? Well, I apologize if you didn't like the person's offer. There's nothing I can do about that. I get crap offers on eBay almost every day, and I don't call eBay up.
Yeah, but you know what was interesting about that whole scenario, Bobbles, was it was obviously, you know, we both kind of dealt with that a little bit, and the picture that guy painted that night in a few of the groups I'm a member in, I saw very similar posts from people with very similar type stories of, like, you know, I'm in a car accident or this or that. And listen, it could be a very real thing, and I'm not, you know, wishing ill on anybody. But when you start seeing those things in multiple groups, just in a different variation, red flag. You know,
yeah, and like, being that he was new.
Yep, you know.
The part that got me is when he said he would post a price when he had service to look up to see what they were worth.
But yet he's on Facebook.
But he was on Facebook posting and messaging to us, and I'm like, I don't know, but I can't use my phone if I ain't got service. Right. So it didn't make much sense. Right. But anyway, we're doing our best to keep it an awesome place, a safe place for everybody. I'm gonna be honest. I started before I got into the YouTube and everything. I was on Reddit, and I would. Mrs. Bobbles can, you know, confirm this. I would talk to people on Reddit all the time, just helping them out. I know y'all seen Uncle Mumbles in here. I helped him with his first ever submission. Level Jumper, I've helped him. That's where this all started. When I was on there and I realized I could help people, I don't know everything. That's where the rest of the community comes in. If I don't know something, the other people might be able to say, oh, you know, do this, or it's worth it, you know, whatever. When it got disheartening was when I started, you know, telling people about SGC, or telling people about, you know, buying simple base Topps rookies and that you can make money off of them. And instead of appreciating it, I would get downvoted all to hell. I started getting called a shill for SGC. I've been accused of working for them God knows how many times. I'm starting to just tell people I don't work for them. I run the company. And, you know, because if we're going to make the story big, let's go ahead and make it big.
You're the largest private shareholder.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I'm here just sitting, you know, in my house, and they do what I tell them. But that's not the case at all, guys. I was just sharing an experience of a company that I am big on customer service. And man, I've been nothing but happy with them guys. So
to go off that, right? In one of the other groups I'm in, which is a large submission group for SGC, I started talking to some of the guys, and some of you might be a member in that group. Some of you may not be, but I posted about what we were talking about the other night, Bobbles, with the spreadsheet and whatnot. And I probably had 20 guys message me asking to see, what I had compiled. Now, I'm not Beckett. I'm not 130 point. I'm not pulling data. I was on 130 point, but it didn't take me long Friday night to put together a quick, spreadsheet of, wow, look at this. And again, trying to help people. If you're looking to make some money for me, when I sell my cards, I'm not looking to go out and put a down payment on whatever. I'm looking to buy more cards. So if you're looking to make some extra money to maybe get that next level card that you want to get, why are you shortchanging yourself? If there's hard data out there that says if you're doing an auction of any type right now, unless it's like a 101 Zion that's going to bring in $500,000, you're going to get killed. On the rare cards, the big boys, we know they're going to bring in the money. We know that. But the average, and I used two hot players with the two most commonly compared cards, Prism Base, Prism Silver, that are kind of like the standard for what everybody wants. And clear as day, like auctions on whether it's SGC, and there were none on PSA, and BGS, were not bringing in the cash. So, like, you try, and in that, what I'm saying is like that was well received. And I was like, I don't know if I should post this or not, because I'm going to get, people are going to be like, and it actually was like the flip. People were like, oh my God, I love this. Thank you so much for doing this. And I was like, yeah, all right, man. It took me like an hour. But if it's taking me an hour to do something like that, I kind of wonder, like, when people are getting their cards and listing them on eBay or wherever, are they taking the time to do that research to say, oh, wow, look at this. Like, buy it now, I can get 400, but if I do an auction, I'm going to get 200. Let's do auction. You know what I mean? Like,
I think it's the safe 7-day sale or 3-day, 5-day.
Yeah.
It's the
mindless.
The guaranteed
No.
sale or whatever.
Some of them are even penny sleeves. They depending on if they weren't even graded.
Yep.
Right, yeah. So you said you were going to get your stuff and share with us how much you had left. I don't know how you have anything left unless you're talking stuff you've opened, because I'm going to tell you, unopened wax does not last in this house. I do not have I don't have the dry. Well, I lie. I have some unopened Pokemon.
Oh yeah, here. I find this just sitting. All that was just sitting.
So are you going to rip it or are you holding it?
40. I haven't paid resale on anything.
Oh, you bought them at 40?
I need a LeBron rookie. No. I bought them at retail. I haven't paid resale on anything since the pandemic.
Oh, so you're finding retail.
Year, should I say?
So you're finding retail then?
Yeah, it ain't in the big. Oh, yeah, I'll get off work in the middle of the day, just be sitting on the shelf. I only ran to a vendor one time. He was stocking, and yeah, you can tell when he brings it out, he has to open the full cello box. Then a couple on the side. I don't know where the ones from the side come from, but I have nothing to hold it with. I hate to be the guy that takes the box, but I take the displays too, like when they come up. Blaster. This one's full of cellos.
So are you going to rip or are you just selling?
Oh, I may be trading. Hopefully, somebody.
Well, I can
I need a
accept
rookie.
a trade if somebody's willing to trade you something that you're looking to add to your collection. I can't knock that at
Hmm.
all. Because I'll be quite honest, it would be no different than you ripping those packs open, selling the cards to then get the money to buy the card you want. So if you're willing to work a trade out with somebody and they're happy with it, you're happy with it, I can't knock that at all.
Hmm.
Man, you want a funny trade story? This
Yeah.
this goes
Because
back to
just real quick,
yeah.
John. Personally, I sold Zion's I pulled to buy my LeBron rookie. So I'm not knocking it. LeBron is a
There we
safe
go.
bet. So get your LeBron, man. I can't knock that at all.
I gotta tell you this. When I was a kid, and I've referenced Phil Plantier a number of times. He used to play for the Red Sox. Um, he had the craziest, weird stance ever. Um, but he was huge at the time. And my buddy wanted his upper deck rookie card so bad. I'll never forget this. Like to this day, I still feel bad about this. So I was like, all right, man, I'll trade you for that Whitey Ford card you have. And he's like, oh, it's like my best card, man. I'm like, dude, Phil Plantier's going to be in the Hall of Fame. He's hitting bombs. And we made the trade. I want to say it was for like a 60. Oh, God. It was in the 60s. I don't remember exactly what. I want to say maybe like a 66 Whitey Ford for a Phil Plantier rookie. And I was like I knew in my heart at that time at like 11 that I was hosing this dude. But
I told y'all the story about why this was so important for me to repurchase.
sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
I was a dumb kid. I I was a dumb kid, and I can't even remember who it was I got in the trade. But it was somebody. He had a card.
It wasn't Phil Plantier, was it?
Nah.
You guys have like history and don't realize it?
No, it was actually, if I'm remembering correctly, was was Troy Aikman on one of the Upper Deck Fanimation cards? Did he have some special short
92,
print,
I think. Yeah, Fanimation 92, I believe.
and it was hard to get or whatever?
Well, you thought it was hard to get when you were a kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm pretty sure it was the Troy Aikman Fanimation and like one or two other cards I can't remember, but I do know sticking out that it was one of those like cartoon comic looking cards, and I know it was football. Anyway, I got another one. This one actually looks better than the one I traded, so it all works out. Now, if anybody is still high on Chuck Knobloch, I have possibly one of the best collections of Chuck Knobloch. I'll throw it on the trade block. They are still in the big screw down bricks.
Oh yeah, yep. You kill someone with one of those things.
They were in the 50-cent boxes I had, by the way. Somebody loved them some Chuck Knobloch.
Chuck, God.
Kalamazoo.
Oh, now he's throwing the Bowman out.
I'm about taking the whole gravity feed box. I did take that one.
I'll tell you after this video, there's going to be an influx of people to St. Louis.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I got Bowman and
I'm not joking. So where I live like an hour south of Boston. There's nothing. Nothing up here.
too.
Everybody, Darren is opening up Taylamade cards. You can get your retail there. Screw the digital video the other night. We'll just hit Darren up. He's got all your retail needs. He's trying to get himself a LeBron rookie, so you can hit him up.
I actually got a eBay and stuff like that, but I haven't really started posting a lot of cards because SGC's taking so long, and I don't know. I'm scared to sell raw on there.
Yeah, you know what?
So some of the local guys.
It's funny you say that, man.
I heard
Because
eBay right there.
I took 90% of my raw cards off of eBay. I just keep seeing horror story after horror story, return this, that. Like, I'm pretty I try to go pretty anal in my descriptions of the card and pictures and whatnot. If there's something wrong with it, like I'm not looking to get max dollars out of a card if I know the corner's dinged. But it's just a matter of time, I think, before it happens to each and every one of us. Even on graded cards, like I was telling Bobbles the other night, I started listing my cards now, even on eBay, my graded cards, and taking pictures of the actual slab. Whether it's PSA, FGC, BGS, yeah, people are cases are arriving cracked or whatnot. What? Like it didn't leave my house cracked.
Mile High bought a Rui off of me actually on eBay. He knows, he's seen the card. Y'all have seen how I packaged cards. Yep. Somehow it got to him, and right on this part, it looked like right in here was a small crack. I told him, I could get it re-slabbed or whatever. I went ahead and refunded him his money. It's on its way back here. I don't know what happened. I used 2 bubble mailers when I shipped cards out. So I don't know if the post office was just pissed or if they dropped something heavy on it. I don't know what happened. But I'm going to tell you guys something with a sale today on those LeBrons. Okay? And my wife told me that I have to watch it. When I post in a quantity, I put a picture of all 4 up. And I put quantity in the description. And then in the listing, I put, this price is for 1. If you want multiple, select in quantity at checkout.
Right.
Well, she's been saying that she's seen, I guess on the scammers page or something, people are actually buying and then eBay is refunding.
Because it says quantity.
Well, because they see the photo.
Right.
So what I did today, because it was weird, the guy bought 1 and then he bought another one. He didn't select the quantity, so it didn't make any sense to me. But we messaged him right after he made the purchase and said, were you wanting to purchase 2 of the LeBron James Prism SGC 10s? Just so you know, your purchase was for 1 card. And he messaged right back and he's like, yeah, I wanted 2 of these. And, she responded and said, okay, 2 cards will be going out in the morning. So if he tries to come back and leave feedback saying, oh, I thought I was buying 8 or whatever, I got the messages saying he knew what he was buying. But you guys, please protect yourself, because I don't know what is going on in this world. I really, really don't.
You literally have to dummy proof your listings now.
Like, well, and it's tough buying.
Yep. You have to think of everything. And it's like, it's almost to the point where it's too much. And with eBay just automatically, like 99.9% of the time siding with the buyer, like what's to say, like, all right, there's nothing wrong with my card that I sent you, but you're going to file a claim, post some bogus picture, and then you're going to keep my card and get your money back? Like, what's up with that? You know what I mean?
How do you guys?
Another place we could do business.
What's
right?
I said, if only there was another place we could do business.
Where could that be?
What do you guys, all of you? Because we all deal on there. We try to avoid it. But what do you guys think of this eBay managed payments thing? Do you think it's going to help?
Hate it.
Or do you think it's going to make it even worse, because now they have full control?
Yep.
What's going to stop them from pulling money out of your account?
Yeah.
If they have access to it and
to your bank account, yeah.
And you get into a dispute with a buyer.
So that's why, like, I'm trying to get deals done in the group, and I'm trying really hard to get going on my slabs. I've been on that site. I feel like every night for a couple hours just looking for guys I collect, and there's a ton of good deals on that site. And the guy that runs it seems to be pretty much like no nonsense sense, like the anti kind of eBay thing, which I'm a huge fan of. And there's some sick stuff on that site. But again, it goes back to trust and trying to get people. When you don't have that physical interaction face to face of like, all right, like I know this person, like I have their phone number, I can give them a call. When it's just behind a screen, like a keyboard tough guy type thing, anybody can file a claim. eBay's going to side with them, and you're out your cash.
So all these auctions for me that are popping off are pictures of cards I posted in the group a few weeks ago asking who was looking for what. Nobody said anything. I had one guy kind of interested in something, didn't end up working out. Off to eBay. Not where I want to sell stuff, I promise you that. But
right.
But I did notice you're marking on there, near mint, or mint or better, whatever. That way, if somebody comes back and says, "Oh, this card's not gem mint 10 pristine $1 million condition," you can tell eBay, "Look at my listing. I never
Absolutely.
said that." So I did notice that.
I list all my cards as good. I don't even bother putting.
Well, eBay's not going to take what a card grade reading is for good, so I try to be as specific as I can. Right, like I have a Zion on there right now that has a weird mark on the back. Took a picture of it, pointed it out. I don't leave, to your point, I try to leave as little wiggle room as anyone has. Kalamazoo, Bobbles and Ball Cards Facebook group is a better place to sell than eBay. John referenced My Slabs. Almost anywhere is a better place to sell than eBay. Literally. If you're not out there being a deviant and running amok and trying to get over on people, you'll build your name, you'll do the right things, and people will want to buy and they'll want to deal with you.
Yep. The only thing I will
is the
say,
worst place to sell cards because you have no protection from anything.
None.
Actually, speaking of the group and everything, Darren, maybe reach out to UNC Collector. I don't know if you hit him up or not. His name on Facebook is John Bridges. He has a LeBron he was trying to sell. And I know he likes the modern rookies and all that stuff, so
There's
you might...
LeBron rookie for sale. That's right.
Yeah, so I just thought about it.
PSA 9.
That was Chrome, right?
I think it was just a Topps base.
Which one was it?
I think it was
Oh,
the
was it
Topps.
the draft or the-
Yeah.
Was it him
Oh,
on
him
the
in the white
jersey or was
suit.
it him dribbling?
No, it's the
white
regular
suit,
one.
holding the ball.
It's the more sought after one,
Yeah.
aside from the Chrome, obviously. But yeah, he had
I
it.
think that other one's going to go up too after they can't get that one.
Oh, they're all going up. They're all.
He's not going to know what a down arrow looks like, I don't think, ever again in the card industry.
Yeah, LeBron he saved money.
He's Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Are you where are you guys finding deals locally? Are you guys not finding anything at all? Wax good deals locally? Or?
I got nothing. As far as wax goes.
I got a few stores that are off the beaten path. Like I'm talking 15 miles from a highway, like a freeway. I can find some stuff at.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep. And we got some. We're lucky that we got shows kicking off again. So I'm finding a lot of good deals on singles because a lot of the dealers, even though the market's hot, they're behind. They got to make some money back. You can't just hold inventory forever and expect it to disappear.
Darren, I'm actually looking the LeBron up right now. That Topps where he's holding the jersey and a PSA 9, and I can't believe this because I bought that card 5 months ago.
$900.
No, it's up to 12.
I was going to say
Is it
1,000
12? Wow.
guaranteed.
Yeah, it's up to 12.
Is it 12? Wow. I see.
Yeah.
Yep.
I bought it in February for $225.
Wow. I seen it at 4 earlier this year.
Yeah, me too.
That card's
I was
on
gonna
most
say,
people's
I mean,
groups list.
What was that?
That card's on most people's oops list.
Yep.
So is a $10 Topps Kobe Bryant from last November.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
As is
gonna
the
mention
Shaq
Kobe.
Bean team.
Don't talk about that one, John.
Yeah, I gotta because I'm still like
And that
punching
flip
myself in the face over that one.
That's like Gary V. PSA Collector's responsible for that one.
Which one?
After he did that Beam Team video, all those Shaqs he got that card.
Oh yeah.
They were already going up before he did that because I was already looking at them, and I bought
it
a
went way up after that.
I bought a Shaq Tops in. Well, honestly, I think because I know Step Back. I know he buys a lot of and Josh does too. He just bought those Kobe's and everything. I think what we're seeing right now, because Allen Iverson was really cheap.
There you go.
Iverson was really cheap. I think what we're seeing is when people got priced out of LeBron, then they jumped to the next guy, and then when they got priced out of that guy, they jumped to the next guy, and then when they got priced out of that guy, they jumped to because Allen Iverson went up, Shaq went up, Wade went up a little bit. Vince Carter's went up. Yeah, they've all been going up, but it's like once they reach that price that somebody doesn't want to pay, they're jumping to the next one. So Ray Allen is one that.
Tell you, that guy is so overrated. No one should buy his stuff.
Dirk Nowitzki, stay away from that bum.
Yep.
Don't any of you buy any more Paul Pierce's either. Those are mine.
Yep. Those guys were not good. So
Steve Nash.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot. Tim Duncan.
Terrible.
There's so many guys, man. And I seriously think that's what happened. You know, you got LeBron, and then you had Kobe. People jumped over to Kobe, especially after the accident. But then he kind of dipped back down, and then when they couldn't get LeBron anymore, they went back to Kobe. And the Jordan doc. I think the Jordan documentary pushed all of these names that we're discussing. And the fact, just like with all of us right now, aside from Darren sitting on, a mountain of it, we can't find the new stuff, and we're seeing these prices. Like, even if we wanted to collect Zion, who's going to go out and spend that on Zion? I mean, when we grew up watching Allen Iverson and Ray Allen, yeah.
Well,
I need to have a Brown rookie.
And that's a reality, I think, for a lot of things. When you get LeBron is an icon above the sport. Kobe was an icon above the sport. Jordan, obviously. So when you start looking for other guys like Iverson, who, I mean, big shoe deal, iconic player, but everyone's starting to reach back a little bit and look at guys who could actually play. Like Dirk's 30,000 points. What fan of basketball ever said in their whole life, man, I'm really glad Tim Duncan didn't play for my team? You know what I mean? So they're looking back for these guys that were everyday Hall of Famers and have the stats to prove it and don't cost a mint. Like 5 or 7 Paul Pierce rookies for $7. If they're bent in half, you did great.
Yeah. But like we've said, the nice thing about collecting, there's a spot for everybody. And for me, like I said, I'm choosing to live in the 80s and the 90s, and do my thing there. Like I was telling you guys, I mean, the fact that I can buy a Ray Allen rookie card, graded at a 9 for $14 on a Sunday night at $7.55, that's comical. I'll do that all day, you know what I mean? And twice on Sunday, because I actually did buy 2 of them today. So, the stuff like that, to me, that's right in my wheelhouse. I can't wrap my head around this. I told you this is my baseball lesson I learned. Spending all that money on prospects for, Joey Bag of Donuts playing second base for the Cardinals. I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I'm not doing that.
There was a dude a few weeks ago that posted a video or a message in the group. It was awesome. He's like, guys, I'm on $100 a month budget.
Yeah.
Just looking for some shout outs. He posted a video that he did today that I watched. Like, that's the part of the community aspect and the what you can get and how to get bang for your buck that makes this group better than most of them, is that now that we all know, I know what he's looking for. It might have been I might have came across a deal for a card he wants at a very cheap price that I would have just overlooked because I didn't want it or didn't care. Now he's got hunters out there knowing what he's dealing with, and that helps everybody.
And that lot you put up, you almost jettisoned me right back into collecting baseball, because I was like, man,
Memories.
if he doesn't buy those, I'm buying those. It was a great deal, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a spot for everybody, from the $5 card to the $50,000 card, whatever. But for me, like right now, my big thing is, like, my challenge for myself is to get 10 rookie cards of graded, either I think are going to be in the Hall of Fame or they're already in, for under $20, right? So I've got probably, I think, 7 so far, and it's like everywhere you look, you can find one. If you just keep scrolling a little bit further down the page, someone has one for like $6, and you're like, okay, cost you more to get graded, but whatever. I'll take that. But
So Darren, we're talking about the old guys, and you showed your Shaq. You said you want a LeBron. Are you using the modern product to invest back in, or are you still trying to collect Zion and Ja and all of those guys?
I have them just because I opened them and found them, but I don't look for them. I look for Kobe, LeBron.
So you're on the same wavelength, wanting them guys that we watched when we were younger, the guys that have proven themselves, that are
draft.
Okay.
96.
So you're just using the modern product to get as your gateway to get the older guys, and that's not a bad thing.
Yep.
Especially with the way people are paying for it. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I get why some people do it, and I can't hate on it. I just get mad and more angry because I'm not enjoying being able to open it, and I'm not going to pay the $100 for the Mega or the 60 on the Blaster or whatever. So because of the people that have no, they're just flipping it real quick, I'm not able to enjoy the hobby. But truth be told, I guess kind of what I do isn't any different than what someone selling unopened is doing, except I'm taking the risk of opening the packs, and I found I make better on opening the packs than I do if I was to sell it unopened. So,
and that's a reality, I think, of baseball. But so it's one of the conversations we have all the time. The burn in the card world is fresh because there hasn't been a boom like this. There hasn't been the drive and demand like this. So arbitrage at the level it's at right now is relatively new in the card world. But as Darren brought up earlier, anybody who's ever looked for a pair of Jordan 11s since the first day they were out knows your odds of ever finding that stuff at natural retail is terrible.
Yeah.
So it's people go into TJ Maxx and show you how to buy shirts. Like, that avenue is so new in cards that it's still burned. I bet Darren's probably over it because he's been collecting sneakers long enough to know it's a thing.
Yeah, since '85.
So you've been dealing with it for over 3 decades.
Yeah. But nobody knew where to go. Where there wasn't boutiques, you could only get certain shoes from boutiques, and they weren't every city. Now they're every city. Two in
And you
every
still can't
major
get 'em.
city. Yeah, and you still can. Some places get like 16 shoes what they want. Oh, when 11s come out, they get 48. And then there's one mall in one store that gets 600 in just a men's size shoe on 11. In one store in the mall. The other one on the other end is like a Champ. They get like 400, and they sell out still. And in comparison to it, it's crazy that another mall, one store, only can get 48 versus 600 at one store. And they think it's not going to sell out. Yeah, it's going to sell out there because that market's just that big. Even though it's down the street, they have enough people that come and they'll buy it all. Same way with them printing the more optic or whatnot. They print it more. They know they're going to buy it all. It don't matter.
Yep.
And they're still going to
Right.
resell it.
Right now, you can just throw it out there, and people are going to buy it. So it begs a question. Selling your newer stuff to buy older stuff. I kick around that because I have a pretty good Tatum collection. I have a pretty good Jaylen Brown collection. And the struggle is real. Like, there's some cards I really want to get, and I know I can sell these Tatums and Jaylen Browns and get some real good money right now. But I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Like, part of me is like, do it. And the other part of me, like, the other voice in my head is like, dude, just hold on to him. It's tough. It's a tough, like, battle I have with myself day in and day out, what to sell, what not to sell.
The top of the market's a hard place to catch forever.
Yep. So it's like, I don't know. So like that's the problem too on some ends of not ripping, where I don't have a lot of like disposable cards, so to speak, of like, all right, I opened up 3 boxes of Prism. I'll sell Tyler Hero all day long. I don't have any of that. Everything I kind of have is really guys that I want to collect, and I have to sell one of them or 2 of them or whatever if I want to move up. And I don't know.
Or if the group continues to grow and somebody has one that they're letting go, but they might want one that you have an extra of, you could trade it.
Right. Like, I have those like thousands of KG rookies bobbles, so start pulling out your Iversons. We'll do some trades.
I honestly don't have a lot of Iverson.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Hold on.
Fraud.
I think I have one.
What was that? What was that, Darren?
Oh,
Darren, what did you just show?
He has the Sterling. I don't have that one.
Oh, nice.
I don't know what else I have. Something around. Usually I have something close. This is hiding in my behind in my mosaic box. That one. I like all those.
Oh, the red, white, and blues.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I think I went and got every color. Like, they're not looking for him like that. So one of these are numbered. I don't know which one it is, but I got a number one of that same card. Every color I didn't have, I just started going on listings and just buying.
Not a rookie.
Oh, what about that? That has that roof back look to it.
That's the showcase, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Flair Showcase.
Showcase. Yep. I got a ton of these. They don't buy these like that.
I love those. Here. I buy those all day long, man.
Yeah. I got the pink one.
You just bought this one, right?
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, I have a bunch of those.
The best?
Yeah, the best.
Okay. I have a dupe. I have that one and the Apprentice. Yeah. Those are the only 2 I have duplicate of. Now I have a bunch that I've bought, but I don't have duplicates of them.
Yeah.
Like this one. I don't know if you've got that one or not.
I do.
The Redemption.
I don't have that one. Well, I don't know that I don't have it. At least.
Do you have this one?
I do.
Okay. So yeah, see, well, I might have one that you don't have, but I don't know where it's at.
Gee,
Do you have the NBA
Same card
50th?
as that one too?
The 50th, I do not have.
Yeah, see, I have one of those, but I don't have the regular tops.
I'll give you $1 for it.
I paid I paid a couple more than that for it.
I did. So I bought the Chrome back in like March or April. I don't know. I want to say March. I paid like $80 for it. And going back to like I was saying about all the experts and some of the other groups out there, like $80 on an Iverson Chrome, you're nuts. They're going for like $1.50 now, raw. Like, yeah, I got
I got a bunch of those the throwback
retros.
ones.
Those are
Yeah.
awesome.
Anybody that is watching or that watches later on that's in the group, this question has came up. This film on the finest cards. Okay? If you can keep it on and get a good grade, it is recommended, although it makes the card uglier, but it does hold more value in a higher grade with the film. But buy a Ray Allen for $3. This is the Airs for $3 to peel, practice peeling on. If you mess it up, it's $3. If you get it, you have a nice Ray Allen rookie. There's Steve Nash. He's in Airs. He's the bronze one of the bronze ones. Don't go buying the Kobe Airs and saying, "Oh, should I peel this?" and you've never done it before. Because I'm going to tell you, this film is very, very thin. It's been on these cards for over 20 years, so it's not the easiest thing to get off. So just buy some cheap guys to practice with.
Yeah.
And
Stefan, I practiced with him.
Yeah, Marbury's he's another good one. You can pick some of his up with the film on it really cheap.
Or you can look for a lot of 1994 baseball commons. It's the same film. You don't even have to. You can find some cheap cards somewhere for next to nothing to practice on, for sure.
But like the what I was mentioning with the Allen, if you got it off and you didn't have a problem, then you got a nice Ray Allen you could throw in your collection. Yeah. A bunch of 94 tops of common guys, you might,
It's just definitely an art form, and if you're going to go through the process and take the film off and you damage it, the surface of those is a lot like Chrome. It scratches relatively easy. You definitely want to know what you're doing before you're peel the sticker off with Kobe Bryant.
I'm going to tell you, I personally have not peeled one off. My wife did it because she has nails, and she was able to just gently work the edge up to where she could pinch it with her nail, and then as soon as she was able to get a hold of it, unfortunately,
I'd hammer the card if I tried, and so
right. So yeah, it's tough. It's like a window clean type deal, but it's very, very, very thin.
Yep.
I've also noticed, and I don't know if you guys can confirm this, on the bottom edge, it seems like that's where they cut the film. So it almost might be better to start from the bottom because it doesn't feel like it go all the way to the surface. Or it could be, and people have asked this question too, sometimes the words will be one way.
Right.
And sometimes they'll be the other way. So maybe it's the way the roll was and then how they cut it. I don't know. But if you look, like this Allen right here on the y'all aren't going to be able to see it on the camera. But on the bottom edge, the film actually didn't go all the way, like lined or edge to edge on the card. So just some tips to help out with that. Yeah, PSA Collector did it with tweezers, and I do not recommend using tweezers on your cards, guys. I'm just going to tell you it's tough to get off. but I would not recommend using tweezers on your cards.
That's like playing Operation as a kid. You got to
Yeah. I do not recommend. I did watch that video, and I will be honest, I did not enjoy it. And then the paper towel afterwards to wipe the surface of the card, I do not recommend that either. They make these things called microfibers. So
I got a question for everybody. If you had $50 to spend on buying one Michael Jordan card, what would you get? That goes out to everybody in the chat, whatever.
I'm going to tell you somebody, I cannot comment on it because I don't know enough about all of the Jordan market and what his prices are right now.
Just throw something out there. What would you look for?
Mike Kaufman would be a really good one to hit up, though.
All right.
I talked to him about his Jordan collection for the group submission. He sent Jordans.
Yep.
That's basically all he. Well, I can't say it's all he collects, but he told me he has 3 graded boxes full of nothing but Jordan.
Wow, that's sick.
And he said very, very few duplicates, so he could give you a very good insight onto some.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it. I know which ones are moving and which ones I find that are a good deal, but I don't even know if I know one in a $50 range, to be honest with you.
They're out there. I mean,
for sure.
They're out there.
Specifically tell you one.
I keep seeing like the 80. What is it? Is it maybe 90? Either 88, 89. The All-Star card there. I don't know if it's a sticker or whatnot. I can't remember. But there's a couple PSA 8s you can get for $50. I sold most, like a dummy. I sold most of my Jordan stuff right at the start of The Last Dance, and I did very, very well on it. But I sit here every day and I'm like, why did I sell that stuff? Like, I love that guy. What was I doing?
Are you talking about the one with the dunk contest photo?
No. There's another one where he's dribbling the ball. It's like orange and blue.
Yeah, I think that's 89.90.
Yeah, I think it's 89.90 hoops. I don't know. The one where he's dunking though is sick too.
Yeah, one of those just sold in an 8 Wednesday for $110. So it's double, but raw you might be able to grab it, in that range of 50. I don't know if you're looking at graded or raw, but
I'm looking whatever.
That too new?
No, 90 flare. I love that card.
You got that one?
I don't. Hit me up. We'll make a
Yeah,
deal.
that's one of the ones I was going to show you. Yeah.
All right. That easy. It's that easy in bobbles and ball cards.
Is this the one? I thought it was 50th. This 40th.
To give you all an update on the 90 Fleer packs I bought today, I got duped, man.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I bought 16 of those packs, just by the way.
16?
I bought 16 of them. It was all they had. I haven't ripped anything in a while. I figured $2.50 a pack, what the heck, I thought I had a great start with the Sean Kemp rookie, right, in the first pack. There was not a single Jordan in there. There was only one insert in 16 packs of the All-Star inserts. There was only one. I have no clue the how often those pop out, but it was not good.
I pulled up a picture of your 92 Troy Aikman Fanimation too, just to make sure that's what it was. That's definitely the Upper Deck year.
Yeah, that's probably. Let me look at it. It's probably that one, because that would have been right around the time I had that Hank Aaron.
And so I think that was that's second year Upper Deck football, and that was the first year of Fanimation. So 92 is a thirsty year for football. Nobody really in that rookie class at all.
Yeah, I traded a Hank Aaron 55 for a card that's worth $3 today.
We all got ones that got away. She also sold a base LeBron James card today for $140, so the tides are different.
Right. Yeah, that does look like it though.
Forgot I had the sprinkler on outside. That was a good hour and a half of lawn watering. Lawn watering. Whoops.
1993 Pro Line has an R card of Troy Aikman too, I think.
What's that? I'm sorry.
1993 Pro Line had a art card of Troy Aikman as well.
Let me look that one up.
Hey, step back.
Yo.
What do you know about the reprint?
I can't really see that.
You notice
I
that?
can't remember what it's called.
Oh.
I've never even seen that. Is that Iverson?
Prism did a reprint of the Flair.
There it is.
Ah,
Yeah, he did a reprint of the Flair.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I never realized that.
Yeah, did you?
Wait, I got
Yeah.
that card right here too.
You know
I
what's
never
funny
paid
is
Which one, the
attention.
Flair or
Darren.
the Prism?
I have them both. Yeah, here's the flare.
Yeah,
The silvers are over there in the box.
I think I have
but-
another one of those.
I was reading last night on
Actually
Beckett.
paid-
Speaking of stuff like that, some guy was talking about he sends out cards to Hall of Famers, baseball players to have them autographed. So he sent one to Al Kaline to get autographed, and the actual card that Topps printed back in the day was not Al Kaline at the plate, but it had his head on the shot.
Yeah.
So he signed
Mhm.
it, and he put,
Yep.
he signed right over his mug, Al Kaline, and then he drew in a big blue arrow
Not
and
me.
circled the guy, and he put, "Not me." And sure enough, Topps was
Not
using
me. Yep.
another guy's image, which was, just thinking about that reprint image right there. Comical.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
you guys
He going
something
around trying to.
that y'all might know about before I get off of here for the night. Have y'all heard of the 85 star Crunch and Munch?
Nope.
Okay,
Yeah,
when I was at
Andy on
the-
back of pack.
I was at that show or whatever you want to call it yesterday. The shop owner was asking me about SGC, and he was big PSA BGS. That's all he had in the shop. He said he sent this card into PSA and they wouldn't grade it, and they told him to send it to SGC that they would probably grade it.
Nope.
I don't. If PSA didn't grade it, I'm thinking it had to have been a fake or something.
On SGC's website, it specifically states
Right.
they will not grade any star brand card from
Period.
the beginning to the end. Period.
So that's in their list.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I told him no to begin with,
How do
cause
you not know that for a guy who works there?
Yeah. Seriously.
they updated it on me.
Gotcha.
Unbelievable.
They updated it. And honestly, stuff like that I don't own, so I don't
Right,
even
yeah.
like comprehend the list because I don't have to worry about it. I know I'm not sending anything in.
That's a
Um,
big scandal because Star themselves reprinted the crap out of those cards, and they were found out to have pumped in a bunch years later that weren't from the original prints. So that's why the grading companies have sort of been like, nope. So
Okay. Well, apparently his rep or whatever at PSA sent it back to him and said, send it to SGC, they'll do it. So he wanted me to take it and send it in the group, and I told him, I was like, well, I told him straight up, I was like, and I thought it was more valuable than it was, because I don't look for 85 star Jordans. I know they're out of my pocketbook. But I was just on here trying to look it up, and a complete set sold for $450. So I'm guessing maybe they're not as expensive as
Yeah,
I
but
thought.
you know what though? On some of that stuff, like the original Star team bags that they gave out are supposed to be in a certain size type sealed bag. And what you can find on the internet is the sealed bag, but it's like vacuum sealed to like right over the top. And that's not legit, supposedly. The bag actually needs to be a little bigger.
There are ways to tell, I guess, from the original, whether it's slight color variations. I'm not the dude who knows how to tell.
Right, me neither.
But
This one's actually in a bag that I can't tell much from the picture, but it looks like it's in a larger bag.
So I was in another group where I saw, you know, the Topps Topps Chrome Kobe Bryant reprint, where it's like the Topps picture, and his actual Chrome card, you can see like Chrome lines in his shorts and those kinds of things. I saw a counterfeit BGS slab with the counterfeit Topps Chrome Kobe Bryant in it that a guy had listed for sale for like $1,200. So I think that's the point John's making, is when these fakes got out, they were still doing a good job of making them look similar.
Yep.
I was just wondering because I knew Star made the pre-Fleer rookie. I hadn't seen the Crunch and Munch one. It looked like an awesome card, but I straight up told him, I said, for one, the value, you know, to me, a Jordan rookie is a Jordan rookie. And I was like, the value exceeds what I'm able to send in this group submission. The other reason I didn't is something like that. I didn't want to hold up a submission for everybody else. You know, just because this guy wanted me. He had never met me before. That was another thing that was weird to me. He had never met me before. First time talking to me. And wants to hand me a 85 star Crunch and Munch that he says is extremely rare and everything. I was like, I don't even know if this thing's even real. You know,
again, because you own the company, you know, people want to, you know, reach out and talk to you. I think one of the rarest and hardest to find Jordan cards is like it's like an 85 like Boy Scouts of America card. That they gave out like only around Chicago. My buddy has one in like a PSA 9, I think, and it's a larger size card. I think it came in like a set of 10. It was like a team set, but there aren't too many of those bad boys out there. Like that those things bring some cash. But like as far as like the Star stuff, like there's too much. There's too much chance of a reprint,
fake.
A fake, and let's be honest, man, you can seal a bag and make it look legit.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? If you have like one of those little presses,
there's better vacuum.
Yeah, exactly.
I work for a company that makes machinery that seals packages.
Yeah, SGC packaging, you know. So I mean, you know, at your board meeting tomorrow, you might want to just let everybody know that, you know. So
nah, there ain't none of that going on. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to attempt, okay? I want to attempt to do like I do normally and get on every night. But I do have to give you guys a heads up. I got a lot of hours I got to put in at work this week. And obviously we are getting the group submission together. And we need to have all of that done by next weekend so we can do the preview, all of that stuff. If I skip a couple nights this week, do not freak out, guys. I am not giving up on the channel or nothing like that. I just may need a couple nights, you know, with work and then trying to get the group sub. So I'm going to attempt to manage everything. But just so everybody knows, if you wonder what's going on, since I have been making it a nightly thing, I might have to take a couple nights off. That and the fact the stream for the preview is going to be quite lengthy. It's going to be probably 1,000 cards or so. So I don't know if y'all want me to do it in multiple parts or if y'all want me to push through. I think it would be kind of cool if everything would hold up to just do it. Let's just do it, hang out, have some fun, see what everybody sends. But
you better start that at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah.
and especially on a Saturday night and not do it. But I'll just have to see how things go.
I'll tell you what, if you're baiting us into a Teeny Mates break, I am going to lose my mind on this.
I might just have to go get some just for you, Josh. Do you want the basketball, the football? They have like the Hall of Fame edition and the new guys. I don't know if Zion's in there. I cannot promise Zion.
How am I going to make decisions with such limited information?
I'll go check it out. I'll send you a picture and you can pick.
Thank you, sir.
Guys, I really appreciate this. I appreciate all of you. This stuff is fun. What's up?
I was gonna show you this hell of a deal I got at a pizza place. Like Josh said, finding these places 15 miles out.
The floor is yours, man. Go ahead.
I'll start with this. I'll just say $85 got me all this. He was like, I'm real good on prices. I was like, I didn't think he would be that good, but that one. I'm just buying all
LeBron Crown Royal.
Yep. AD. I bought that just because I think those silvers are coming back.
Yep.
Nice.
He comes back. That silver. That AD. That AD.
So he's picking up the guys that have some ceiling to climb.
Yeah, exactly. That one's, he's already up. I've never seen these die cut. Still got, ceiling, anything prism. The select. Elite LeBron.
And you got all that for $85?
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. A pizza place. The old
John,
Mosaic
you gotta move
Mellow.
closer to civilization.
I'm still going.
I'm in the wrong part of the country, man. He's got Mosaic at gas stations and hooking up deals at pizza shops, man. Pizza and cards, just don't touch the cards after you ate the pizza.
Oh yeah,
but you get the best of both worlds.
And again, the gas station
used to be at.
The gas station is getting the cards at Jason Pizza.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does.
In here,
I'm
Darren.
not done yet.
Oh, jeez.
Oh yeah, that Casey's has real good pizza. Look at this. It's white. It's actually. I didn't know it was numbered. Oh, well, that one.
Oh, LeBron Optic. That's $80.
Exactly.
$80-$90 in a 10. So
I was looking for a LeBron card, and I didn't even know I had it because I picked it up. I almost got every LeBron he had in there. That one. That one.
Jesus.
That one.
I mean, I'm finding deals.
And the one I
Darren's
was
finding deals, John. I'm starting to think you're not working hard enough out there.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna have to get Card on the phone, and we're gonna have to go drive around.
I think he left earlier, but yeah.
I didn't even know until I got home that this joker was the number under 99.
Nice.
I'm like, this card was worth it along with this one. This one books for like $80. I didn't know this base card was that high until I looked on eBay. Like, yeah,
that's the Revolution, or no, the Select. Yeah.
The Select. Yeah, I was actually looking at that card. Like, it's crazy. Like, I go to yard sales too. Like, I wanted to get these. I went and got these. I was like, how much do you want for these? He was like, 80. I was like, that's the lowest you'll take? He was like, because it was all Kobe. And he was like, oh, you give me 60 for them. But the cards were the bonus. I really like that one. He had 2 Donruss blasters with Kobe on the front. So he stuck all that in there. I got all those 2 blasters for $60 too.
Man,
So,
the boxes are probably 60 a piece now.
I gotta go on a road trip.
The
No,
Donruss
80
blasters
apiece.
are probably about 60 a piece at least. So
80. Some of the shops around here sell them for 90. Which
man,
is crazy.
You guys are lucky, man. The Northeast, there's nothing. There is nothing. Nothing.
Nope.
No card shops, no
I don't
product.
need
and they're both in the
I don't need
Midwest.
nowhere.
Yep.
favorite car.
That's why they run American pickers out west, man. People got like things out in like a cornfield
Pawn
somewhere,
shop.
just chilling. You know,
And people are nice. They give you deals.
yeah. Nobody's nice over here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They say they got a piece of shop. They love cars, so he got a glass. He got like the Archives just came out. He got that in the glass by the pieces. It's crazy.
That sounds
That's
like
the
my
best
favorite
part.
place ever. Cars
Yeah, I
and
know.
pizza.
Seriously.
That's what I'm saying. You get the best of both worlds. You know?
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
okay, well, you closed the show out with an
Yeah.
awesome story, Darren. I appreciate you guys coming on, man. I really enjoy this on Sundays. This is a blast with you guys and everybody getting to know each other a little bit more, putting faces to texts and
I think
you
JJ
know.
had his hand up.
No, I was waving goodbye.
Oh,
I got to hop on too.
You look like that weird
But,
kid in the classroom who had to go pee.
yeah. But everybody, please stay safe out there. Let's have a great week. Let's knock it out, man. I get to join the 40 and over club, as Guns like to say it. So anyway, y'all have a good week. Remember, stay safe, stay healthy, and until the next video, we are out.
Later.
Y'all have a good night, man.
Yeah, man.
That's it.